what's up? This is your girl Megan. This week we're going to be going over Fading by E.K Blair. E.K Blair and I have been working very diligently on making sure that you love this series as much as I do. Seriously guys, you will love this series. And to make sure that you are one clicking away or that you have a chance to read it, E.K Blair, the author of the book, is going to be giving us, that's right, a signed autographed copy that I'm giving away on my Facebook page right now. So go and link below, or here is the address that you can go to, and make sure you enter that giveaway, like my page for a chance to win a signed copy, and it's something you will treasure. I'm telling you, this is a book that I am putting on my bookshelf and that I will definitely have in my favorites category right behind the Ethan Blackstone. No, sorry. Start off by saying I am in love with this series. Oh my gosh, I have not fallen in love with a series like this since I read the Blackstone Affair series. E.K Blair has done such an amazing job at captivating me from page one. This book actually came about on my Nook as I sat in my bathtub and I went through one of my fanatic little one-click frenzies, and I saw the book and I thought it was a really nice, pretty cover, so I just bought it without even really looking into it. And then, like a dummy, I sat and let it sit on my Kindle for like 3 months before I decided to open it up and start reading it. 3 months of not having these characters in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, and it just saddens me to think that I could have been a part of this story so much earlier if I just would have picked it up. But I can tell you this, it is an amazing series that y'all are seriously going to love. The book starts out actually with a great opening. We know that there is a guy who sees a rape happen and he runs out to save her. That's the prologue. I mean, it just starts off with action and I'm instantly captivated. And then we go in to the book, and the book is about a girl named Candace. And Candace comes from a family with a lot of money, and she is a ballerina and she does pretty twirls, and tell that E.K Blair obviously knows a lot about ballet because there's a lot of those terms in there, and she is in her final year of college to be a dancer. However, her relationship with her mother and father is a little rocky because they don't really feel that being a dancer is a suitable career for their standard of living. In her mother's eyes, she's supposed to go to college to find a husband and not really find a career, and if she does go for a career, ballerina is not a very respectable one. So she doesn't have a great relationship with her parents. However, she has a great relationship with her two best friends. Now we have Kimber, who is her best friend and roommate, and then we have Jace, which is her gay best friend, who is her rock, and together, she has her own little family. One afternoon, Candace and her mom decide to go to the country club to have lunch, and she ends up meeting this guy named Jack. And they end up going out on a date and a few dates. Come to find out, it is Jake that rapes her that we find out in the beginning of the book. And the whole book is about Candace finding herself again. Now, I have no problem telling you that it's Jack who rapes her because you put it together pretty quickly. It's not something that will surprise you after the first 2 chapters. You really read these scenes and you feel the emotion that she must be going through. It's so graphic and you instantly just hate that guy, and I wanted him to die. And again, I added him to my list of characters that I'm gonna put a hit out on one day. But it's just one of these books that when you start reading what's happening to the characters, you feel it emotionally and you feel their pain. And the story is about Candace learning to live in the world again, you know, going out and feeling comfortable working her job, trying to mend the relationship with her parents, all while falling in love and trying to make her relationship with this new guy work. And the new guy's name is Ryan. Now, I'm not partial to the name Ryan because that happens to be my husband's name, but I'm not gonna lie and say that I was kind of thinking about him the whole time I read the book. But it's like you read these stories, and the stories within the story. You have Kimber, who is upset because Candace never tells her about the rape, and so their relationship starts to drift. However, her relationship with Jace changes because he's in a new relationship with his boyfriend, Mark, and she sees that dynamic. And so while it sounds like it's a very sad book, and which it does has its sad moments and the moments where you really feel the character, the book itself is so beautifully written and it is so undertoned in erotica, if that's what even you would call it. And I wouldn't even call it new romance. I would just call it a book that has a sex scene. I mean, it's really zero sex and more on the emotion of the girl. And I highly recommend this book. I loved this book. It could be read as a standalone book. This series is actually a trilogy. And it starts with Fading, which is the story of Candace. Then it goes into the story of Freeing, which is the story of Jace, the best friend who is gay. And then the very last book is Falling, which is Ryan's point of view of the story. So you can read the first story and be okay if you don't want to finish a trilogy. However, I'm highly excited to finish the trilogy. And I've already downloaded them all onto my Nook and I'm ready to dive into them. If I speak too much of what the book is about, I will ruin the story for you, and you know that's not what I'm about. I love for you guys to find out the series for yourself. So I want you to stop what you're doing and go one click away, because I'm gonna have the links in the bottom.